condolences to Lloyd's fucking arm. I was gonna make a joke at like a joke.
I know.
I thought that and I was like, oh no.
Wait, no, I take it back. I think I'm thinking of a different joke.
What joke were you thinking of?
No, we can't say it.
Talking about the little the choking the little
the what?
What?
Wait, are we all talking about the same one or different jokes?
Blue in the chat. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Wait. I need to look at the chat.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Like,
okay, wait, that's what
so we're all thinking it collectively.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking at all.
Me and Pines and Blue, we know. Girlies know.
All right. Like. Welcome to the Operation Strings podcast. I am your host, Crow. Joining me today is Roski Draftsman. Hello. One Foot in the Grave, Dancing Pineapples.
Hello.
And Sid. And if you do that soundboard one more time, okay.
Hello.
I'll accept that. Guys, Chapter 96 just dropped. Well, it dropped a few hours ago.
Okay.
We're here to talk about it. Where do we start?
I don't know.
First of all, we're back. Peak is back.
Peak is back. Excellent fiction, baby.
Eden Bachelor.
Eden Bachelor edition. Is that cool Blu-rays over there?
I'm in my mom's car. Vroom,
okay.
vroom.
Blue's just listening in. She's in the car. Okay, all right, never mind. We're back. Chapter 96, the conclusion of the Eden Gala, and the beginning and end of the, what are we gonna call this? Like the Damien, I don't
Damien
even know
as the Bachelor. Eden's the Bachelor.
Eden's the Bachelor, Damien edition. Perfect. We've got so much to talk about. First of all, we've got a battle royale of all the girls in first grade over Damien, which I never thought would happen, to be completely honest with you. Like, I'm going full Pines right now and just being like, what the fuck is happening? Is there nobody else better? I'm sorry. I mean, to the point where they're doing, okay, the clapping scarecrow endurance battle. That right there should have just not been a thing. I'm sorry. Like, half of the girls should have just like stepped out at that point. Like, this is stupid.
No, that's hilarious, because in the early like episodes of the Bachelor season, they always do like a physical challenge too.
What?
Like a volleyball game or like a pillow fight or something, or like wrestling. So obviously this is totally in line with the Bachelor.
Really? Okay.
That's why I said it. Oh my god, not Endo being a closeted Bachelor fan. That'd be so funny.
I mean, he's already an Idol fan, so you know what? This shouldn't surprise me. This is like right up his alley, I guess.
Watching reality TV. USA reality TV, like my parents do.
He's just
Yes,
like,
in the 60s, like, yeah, well...
he's just like in his sweatpants, eating ice cream, watching The Bachelor.
He's so us.
He's us. Well, you, not me, because I'm not watching The Bachelor.
Fuck reality TV, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the best reality TV, apparently, because, okay, we've got, like I said, the girls are fighting for Damien's affection. Emil and Ewan.
It was so stupid. Like, how did they set all of that thing up in, like, 10
how did
seconds?
they set up that whole obstacle course?
Where
did that come from?
Did they just assume that something like this would happen? Like,
you know what? And the funny thing about that too is, like, straight up, like, all this is happening, and Mr. Henderson is over there, and the fucking tutor in residence is like, "What is going on?" And Henderson is like, "Honestly, I have no idea."
Yeah.
Henderson's
that's
too
what I
busy
think
getting
of every
his girl.
episode with Henderson. It's just like, what does he think of all of this? Just being the full-on witness of all these kids.
Oh, he's eating popcorn.
Henderson is too busy being the Riz god.
The Riz, yeah, he's putting the Riz on Martha, baby.
What?
We got
Oh
some
my
old
God.
people loving right now.
Oh yeah, old people.
Old people love.
What
Hey,
a
they need
weird
love too,
way! What
goddammit.
a weird way to describe this.
Listen, this is a weird chapter, man. Like if you think about it, like none of this makes
Okay,
sense.
wait.
but
I
it
mean,
was-
if we think it in the rational terms, yeah, it's it's weird as fuck. But
what is rational about this, Roski? We've got. All right, we got. Okay,
I mean, I can accept that Lloyd can set up bullshit in like 2 seconds, but like normal kids
Strange.
shouldn't be able
No.
to set up such
No.
bullshit
This
in
is-
like 2 seconds.
This is next level bullshit, Roski. Why the fuck is he carrying around wire? All right, how did
Yeah.
he attach all of Anya's limbs to said wires and his hand without anybody noticing? And he's controlling her like a puppet.
Okay, so do you remember?
Ventriloquist?
That's like
Uh.
literally the creepy older brother from Yozakura fam. I'm catching up on Yozakura fam, so I immediately thought of that.
Yo, I didn't even think about that. Lloyd is literally a yandere big brother.
What?
Can you believe it? Becky was like,
What?
"That waiter is quite the gentleman. He's handsome too."
Oh, she
Oh my
knows.
god.
It's happening. The facade is breaking.
God.
What the hell?
Exactly. What the hell? I don't even know where to start with this. I'm literally. So we read this earlier. I've been out since like 3:00. It is now like 7:30, and I'm still flipping through this chapter trying to process everything that happened because there's so much that's going on in these panels.
I mean, at this point, you just kind of have to roll with it because,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
comedy, baby.
any
Absolutely.
pretense of sense was dropped like. I mean, it should have been dropped like chapter 2 for this manga, but
Yeah. I mean, don't
but-
get me wrong. I love everything that's going on here. Like, okay, putting aside the ridiculousness of Lloyd controlling Anya as a marionette, I love how Anya just like immediately is like, oh, Papa's doing Papa things right now, so she's like, hey, I'm gonna fuck with him. So she just starts doing fucking flips
She's so
and
real
shit.
for that.
For Lloyd, it's the standard level of bullshit. Like what elevates everything is that the kids can now also pull this bullshit. So all brakes are loose
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Absolutely.
The veins on his arm, though. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's
Are
your.
you?
No, I wouldn't be. Fuck him.
what?
Okay, that's your level strength right there. Like I will admit to that. Like I don't know how the fuck his hand isn't broken right now.
Oh my god.
Guys,
yeah.
I mean, I think people underestimate how strong Lloyd actually is.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because it's like when Endo described their strength, Lloyd was still like 60 or 70 to yours 100, and like he beat up Yuri. And when you think about that, it's like he managed to knock down someone who gets regularly run over by trucks.
Yeah.
The funny part is that's not an exaggeration. He regularly gets run over by trucks.
Yeah, the supervisor
And he
mentions
still
it,
knocks his
doesn't
ass
he? He's just
down,
like,
so-
can you stop getting hit by trucks?
Yeah, him and his sister, they need to stop trying to isekai every freaking chapter.
Oh my God.
They reverse isekai the trucks.
They send the truck into fucking another world. Okay, honestly, I kind of want to see that isekai. But moving on.
Okay, yeah.
So Ani's doing flips and shit. She makes it apparently. Like 50% of the girls are weeded out. So Emil and Ewan are like, all right, what are we gonna do next? And they're like, I don't fucking know. Let's do an obstacle course. Screw it. So
I
apparently
mean,
they set up an
they're
obstacle
clearly
course.
balling.
They're fucking they're just winging it at this point.
I mean, how will have they expected to have a competition set up?
So my thing with this is, and I want to talk more about it a little bit later, but I really just want to get to the ridiculousness of this. Is like, okay, so you got all these little 6-year-old girls, right? They're in heels, which is already like, why are the 6-year-old girls in heels? But they're like stumbling over each other trying to get through this
God,
obstacle
I tried
course.
wearing high heels in like 3rd grade, and part of my pig toenail came off, so that was a mistake.
Your toenail. For something I thought
Oh.
like your toe came off. I was like,
No.
shit.
What?
Yeah.
I
I can
don't-
see that. Yeah. They're rough. I don't know how you girls do it. God bless you.
I don't wear
Oh
them.
Trauma.
yeah, fuck high
I don't wear
Um,
them. I don't
It's-
wear more than like a half inch.
it's
Too much.
fashion for fashion.
Too much.
Yeah.
They
Well,
are.
now
Sid,
they're
are you tall?
No, I'm like 5'3", 5'4".
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all
I'm-
of you are babies.
Yeah, we are. That's why I regularly wear heels because I don't like being short.
Pines, you're like what, 5'5"?
No, I'm 5'0".
Oh my god. Y'all are like, you're like almost as small as Senpai.
Oh.
Isn't she?
Yeah. Oh my god. I could yeet y'all like over a cliff or something.
Oh my god. Yeet.
Yeet.
That's a sentence.
Yeah. No wonder Lloyd. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Anya probably weighs like what, like 40 pounds. Yeah, Lloyd could do it. I was just thinking about it in my head.
Oh
Okay,
my
but
gosh.
okay, yeah, Anya doesn't like heels either because one, she's not wearing heels, and two, she just says "fuck this" and like kicks her.
Oh my god, that was such a slay for her.
She's
That
so
was
real.
amazing. I loved it. She just fucking picks up her dress. I'm gonna fucking win this race.
I was not expecting to see feet, bare feet.
I know.
in-
I wasn't ready for that either.
Like, okay, Anya, your feet are out. Okay, get it,
She's-
girl.
Okay.
He's fucking on it, man. Like,
She's the only real one in this room.
she
I
really
mean,
is.
she doesn't give a fuck. So
Like, and then like she's fucking tripping over shit. She's fucking head planting, and then she just gets back up and just starts fucking running again. She's got
I would
the-
do the same thing. They
Really?
would be coming off. Yes, I
Oh
would.
yeah, 100%. I
I would
mean,
be
you're in it to
throwing
win
up.
it.
no, yeah, of course you fuck heels or fuck
Competition-wise,
shoes if
yes.
you have to try to be.
I just wish she didn't. She's like, Pines, were you talking about when she's like, don't fucking brute force it? And she just got the fucking ropes on her face.
Yes.
And she's just fucking-
And then
Yeah.
when they're
Like
doing
father,
the
like
sleeping,
daughter.
when they're doing the sleeping bag crawl, and Becky's just like she excels
That weird
at
move.
movements.
Oh my gosh, her secret talent.
Would you still love me if I were a worm?
Of course, Sid, we'd love you.
I'd love you.
No, we accept you and your worminess.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and of course, Anya wins. She wins that, and then makes it to the make or break round. The what is it? The
trivia.
quiz
Trivia.
show. The trivia portion of it. And Ewan's got a microphone. Well, I guess because they had.
Podiums.
Yeah, because they had the quiz portion earlier, so I guess they just like took the microphone and were like, "All right, we're doing this again." So
We are co-opting this equipment.
literally, we're commandeering this here quiz show for our entertainment purposes. And I love how at this point Damien's just like broken. He's like, "Do whatever the hell you want." Like, I don't care at this point.
No, I mean it wasn't his idea, so
Yeah, well, at a certain point, you just got to kind of go with the boys on this one, and you're like, "All right, like."
He's like, I'm
This
here
is-
against my will.
they are they are too far gone to stop at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Damien's along for the ride. And like, of course, we all know secretly he wants Anya to win. So girls are answering questions. None of them know the answers. Anya uses her mind reading powers, of course, as she has done so in the past for situations like this. And of course, people are getting suspicious because she knows all the answers. And so she does that same thing where she's like, starts giving wrong answers to like get people off her trail. So she's equal with everybody else. And then the part, my favorite part of this fucking chapter, and I know it's not the part that it's everyone else's favorite part, but for me, when they're like, okay, who does Damien love?
That was very
I-
nice.
Yeah.
No, I mean that was. I think that was the actual moment. Well, it wasn't the twist of the chapter, but it was in some way the money shot of the chapter. Well, not money shot,
Mhm.
but it was probably one of the most important parts of the chapter because it shows that deep down, Anya does understand Damien, like.
Mhm.
Because
And that-
for many of the other questions, she was reading his mind, and
Mhm.
or she was reading the minds of Ewan and Emil. because the first question was bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like but this particular question of who Damien loves the most, it was like that wasn't like her guessing, that wasn't her reading his mind. That was just putting herself on his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, he's her friend, like legitimately her friend, and that's what I love that look. And I think Sid had, I think you had pointed it out, Sid, where it's like, of course everyone's giving their answers and stuff like that, and Emil, Ewan asked the question, and Anya just gives that blank stare at Damien, and there's no like sparkle, like there's no reading her mind like in the panel. It's just that face that Anya makes whenever she's just like pure, you know what I mean? And then she's just like, well, Damien loves his papa, like, that's the obvious answer. And that was like, for me, that was the best part of this chapter, where it was just like, damn, like that's such like just like a fucking like best friend moment right there.
She also loves her papa too, and she has her insecurities about him too, so it's like a kind of a vulnerable moment for them, which I can also agree with you on that's a very important part of this chapter.
It's a big moment of empathy.
It was definitely a 1-2 punch.
Oh yeah. Because the 2 punch comes right after. Well, actually, it's like a 3 punch, because that happens. Anya wins, and then it's like, okay, now they're gonna start dancing, and at first you're like, oh my god, they're gonna start dancing, and then they're like stepping on each other's feet, and they're getting mad.
Yeah,
at each other.
they look incredibly
like they always do.
Right. Becky's in the background like, Anya, you're pale, and she's just like, I don't think I'm okay. So they're just fighting, and then at the same time, Henry and Martha are dancing. So there's all kinds of things happening on this dance floor. Then there's Dad. Oh, okay, and then Lloyd is there, and this part where like he sees her and like he turns away because he's. I want your opinion on this, guys. Like, what do you think is going through his head right now? Because on the one hand, it's obvious, I guess, that like, okay, like now that she's won, that she can enjoy the night. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, his whole thing was like he had to ensure that everything works out right. But at the same time, it's like just because they're dancing doesn't mean everything turned out right. So is this him like kind of giving up at that moment, or is he just kind of resigning himself to the fact that like, okay, like,
I was just saying that I'm like, this is like the part where I'm like thrown onto my head, because I'm like,
it could be a lot of things.
It's like hard to read him sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a lot of things, because the way it's presented, that like as a reader, which is not the same as Lloyd, which is funny. Which is funny is that as a reader, the way it's presented is like, okay, they are awkward, they are kind of bickering, but the way it's shown, it reads more like, they are bickering in an emotionally close way, like friends kind of fuck each other over all the time, They may say shit out of each other, and they may bicker a lot of times, but they are close. So as a reader, we know that. But I wonder if Lloyd, because Lloyd is not clearly on the right mind when it comes to Anya, he can be really bad at reading her, let alone Damien. I wonder if he picks some of that, like it's up to her, because how much more can he really intervene at that point?
So, Pines, what are you feeling on this particular moment in the chapter?
Honestly, it's like hard because I don't know. I feel like Lloyd is like such a person where like he wants to control every aspect of it. But we saw in last chapter where part of him was like, I'm gonna leave this to Anya and I'm gonna leave this to her. But then he changes his mind right away.
Like, no, no way. We have
and
to
then
intervene.
Obviously he like intervenes, as we see.
Yeah.
But then again, we see where like when Damien and Anya are like finally dancing, Lloyd like looks away and goes back to doing his waitering stuff. So I don't know if he's gonna be like, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be at this gala. I'm also interested to see like how like the debrief is gonna go.
I'm with you on that. I mean, I think the gala is pretty much over at this point. Oh, what's up, Sid? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, when Pines mentioned, like, last chapter where you see him kind of, like, going back and forth about things, I feel like he didn't specifically, like, he kept going back and forth and being like, oh, like, Anya can choose who she wants to dance with, and same with Damien, too, but then he, like, kind of changed his mind when, like, he heard Anya say, oh, I want to dance with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, like, wondering if part of him is just, like, supporting her, I guess, and it also benefits his mission as well, but...
Yeah.
Lloyd, a supportive parent.
It's more likely than you think.
In this economy?
In this economy?
But he thought about her thinking about world peace.
No, even from a technical standpoint. Okay, guys, even from a technical standpoint, it probably would make sense to support her. Not just in the let's trust with the kid, let's try to be with the kid. But I remember that some time ago I watched like an interview from a former FBI agent that was a cover-up agent in the mafia. And one of the things that he said, which is also kind of mirrored by Lloyd's own ramblings at some point, is that you cannot just act. You cannot just be an actor if you are going to spend time in a role where people are up to trust you. There's going to be a reality to what you're presenting, no? Because the way he said it, because, well, Damien is not a mafia, but if you are putting up an act, people are going to catch up to it eventually, and you're going to be dead. So it's important that Anya gains his trust not just by Lloyd magically being there every time, because he's not going to be there every time.
But that doesn't sound like what's happening here, because Lloyd is in his head, he doesn't think like that. Like, he has to control everything.
No,
and now that I'm looking back I'm looking back at the page beforehand where he's like, because so Anya and Damien are like tripping over each other and like they're starting to argue, and Lloyd is already thinking like, this is a clusterfuck. Like, what do I do? Like, I need to fix this. What and once he sees that, Damien and Anya are like, they're actually trying together, and it's like, and see, this is the part where it makes it
confusing.
It's interesting. Well, it's confusing. It's also interesting because it's like, maybe Anya at this moment is also teaching Lloyd that it's tough. It's tough because it's like,
it's a puzzle.
Yeah,
the man is a literal puzzle.
Yeah, that's what this also like makes me think of? It mirrors kind of like the Eden interview where Lloyd is just like, where they're like about to go off to Eden, where Lloyd is just like, I've prepared them as best as I can, like about Yor and Anya, and he's just like, like, I'm gonna make sure whatever like can't go wrong won't go wrong. But then we find out like the reason the interview goes wrong is because of Lloyd.
Fair point.
He he killed a mosquito or whatever, but he was the one that lost his cool first.
Right. Excellent point. And I think it's funny too that you point that out, and that was in chapter 5, and now we're at chapter 96, and it's like Lloyd is like relearning that all over again, where it's like, you could try, but well, to be fair, it's happened at several points in the story where he tries to control everything, and even though he knows that he can't, he still tries, and then it ends up blowing up in his face, and he relearns that fact. So I feel like we've gone through this several times already. So I think maybe at this point, like, he's kind of come to terms with the fact, because Anya won it on her own. Well, with a little bit of help with him from the first portion. But Anya, she won the race by herself, and she beat the quiz by herself, and she ended up dancing with Damien like successfully by herself. So like I think this is maybe a little bit of a wake up call to him, where going to Roski's point and also to your point, Pines, where it's like it's ultimately up to Anya, and like this isn't his show, it's Anya's show. And I think he's slowly accepting that fact, and like him turning away was passing that baton over to Anya and being like, okay, like this is your ball, this is your court, I trust you. And then just leaves it at that, leaves the place, and then it's all Anya and Damien after that. And
yeah, the fact that we don't hear or see any of his thoughts afterwards, just kind of,
real sus. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think he's there anymore, because some people were concerned that like they heard, okay, moving on to the next part where
oh shit,
they're talking
the
big parts,
the
bombshell.
I mean,
well, we talked about it this morning of right after Lloyd leaves and Damien's like I'm rereading it, he's like, oh, you see, you can dance, and Anya's like, yeah, my papa taught me. And Damien kind of thinks about it, and he's like, well, I was taught by a dance instructor that my dad hired, so I didn't learn from my family. So at that moment, he's like, your family sounds really nice. Like, just a genuine comment where he's like envious of Anya's family.
Envious,
acknowledges
interesting parallel.
Acknowledges, and Anya kind of comments, she's like, wow, like, right. I think at that moment it's trust, but it's also like genuine understanding of Damien and his situation, and also the fact that like Anya, somebody pointed out this morning, but like Anya can read minds. She knows if Damien is saying something that's disingenuous or if he's not being true to himself. But at that moment, he's true to himself, and she knows him well enough to know, who he loves and like all these things about him. And that's when she's just like, well, if he's going to be true about himself, I'll be true about myself. And she's like, yes, I can read people's minds. When this chapter dropped, I'm trying to read it because we all read it at the same time whenever it drops in the Discord. And I'm like 2 minutes into it, and I'm looking at all the funny pictures, and then I go to post in the chat. I'm like, look at all these funny pictures, guys. And they're already posting Damien and Anya's like confessing to Damien. And I'm just like, guys, you gotta let me enjoy the chapter first.
Chapter.
Like, fuck. Give it 5 minutes.
So fast, man.
For real. Tag your spoilers. That's all I'm saying. Fuck.
It's already a spoiler thread.
I know, but damn, it's been 2 minutes. Y'all didn't even read it. Y'all did not read it at all. You just skimmed it. Bastards.
To be fair, this was a very wordy chapter. I woke up this morning, and I woke up way past the chapter came out, and I was just like, let me read the chapter, and then I'll go onto Discord, because I don't want to deal with everyone right now.
Right. Fair. I should have done the same thing.
It should be common knowledge. Like you're gonna run into spoilers or just chaos. Even without the spoilers, it's always chaos.
Or both.
It's always both. Yeah. Yeah. I should have known better, because this was such a heavy chapter, and I knew it was gonna be a heavy chapter, but I was like, oh, I'm so excited. Blah, blah, blah. But I everyone has every right to be excited. Especially afterwards, where you think there's gonna be this big moment afterwards of Damien's like, what? You can read minds? And Damien's just like, you're so full of shit. Like, stop lying. They just start fighting again, and everything's fine. And everyone's happy. Martha and Henry are just fucking dancing and cuddling with each other, and I'm fucking
OTP.
melting.
OTP.
This ship is sailing.
OTP.
Pines. We're gonna fucking ferry this ship across the world. This is
Hell yeah, we are.
Put a little pirate hats on us. But I think it's over. I think the gala's over. Anya and Damien, friendship plus 100. We fucking got it, baby. They're friends now. 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? I was like, someone needs to go through and add up all of the math of the Damien and Anya friendship.
Would it be funny if
it's probably not gonna add up, but
like Endo actually went through the trouble of being like, no, it literally just equals 0. Like they're back at square one.
No, yeah, it's probably good. Yeah, it's one of those things, No,
you know what's funny is all those comments that Mr. Henderson was making, and of course they were all pointed towards Damien and Anya, and when they're first fighting while they're dancing, and Henderson's like, "Oh, you're being very inelegant right now, and you need to be like dancing, otherwise you're not going to be a good Imperial scholar." Like that's always his angle. He's like, "Oh, if you want to be a good Imperial scholar, you're going to have to learn how to dance with Anya." And it's just side shade. And then like afterwards, where he sees them like have that moment, and he's just like, and like him and Martha are like, in that panel, and all the stuff that they've been talking about beforehand. It makes me wonder if like Martha and Henderson were like Damien and Anya back in the day, and he's just like, this seems really familiar. He's like, maybe I'll just push Damien in the right direction on this one, but I don't know. That's my little headcanon at the moment, but.
Oh yeah, that would make sense, huh? Like,
I mean, it's double compounded by the fact that Anya shoujo filtered Damien this time.
Where's that?
Well, he normally looks like a slob.
When he says that your family sounds nice, that is Anya's shoujo filter on Damien.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like it.
He normally looks like he's got boogers coming out of his nose.
That's fair. That's absolutely true. Yeah, you're right. That's
probably the best panel I've ever seen of him.
Right.
In a good while.
And the bottom panel of Anya, and Damien's just simping hard, or that fucking Regency fucking panel.
So manhwa coded.
Oh my god. So light novel. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I mean, I already know that people like upscaled them, like aged them up for this.
The colorings are pouring through.
Oh my god, I've seen 3 already.
Like, guys, calm down. There's 6. Some people are at least make them 16. Like,
I've seen a lot of people age them up though with those panels. So.
I'm perfectly okay with that. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with any of this. Like, I think it's super cute. Obviously,
I feel like parents.
Yeah,
I feel like parents watching. These two kids get along.
I don't know. There might be some conflicting feelings on that, especially on the father's side. But well, not these particular fathers. Like Desmond doesn't give a shit, and Lloyd's the one pushing them together. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I want to go into. All right, Sid, it's happening. We're talking about it.
No.
We are talking about all the bad stuff that's about to happen. Because there's no way something bad is not going to happen after all
that's
this.
What you're talking about.
Why? What do you think?
I thought you were talking about like the progression between Troyor and Damian. I was like, no, let's not talk about that.
No, I'm struggling. I'm like so triggered by the ship wars. I'm like literally gonna like.
I don't really care. I just don't want people just talking about it all the time. I'm just like.
Oh no, I don't give a shit about the ship wars.
No.
I don't indulge. I just read the chapters every time.
But the thing is, the annoying thing about ship wars is that you're not seeking them; they come to you.
Yeah, that's it. You're just minding your own business, and then all of a sudden, someone is calling 6-year-olds slurs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not.
That
Twitter again.
That's what annoys me.
Yeah.
Like, I am just minding my business. I am just enjoying the characters, and someone comes with this bullshit about why one of them sucks, or why are you a weirdo if you like the character progression between Anya and Damien. I'm like, guys, please shut the fuck up.
Feel free to like take this out, but I'm like, if people are upset with the kids and stuff, I'm like, why it's like why do you watch it? Why do you consume it?
It's like 3/4 of the entire manga is the kids. Like,
it's a big part of Operation Strix, and seeing all these kids. I enjoy it. I enjoy like the kids interacting and stuff.
I do too.
There are moments where it gets kind of old, but if you hate it, you are gonna be really disappointed with this manga. So you're gonna need to either learn to live with it or just read another manga.
That's what I say. It's also like the same people who complained for like 6 weeks that we were on break about how there was like no chapter where it's just like seriously just like touch grass, like go touch grass, like go lie down in grass.
The fact that we lost Akira Toriyama and he was in his 60s, and I wonder if part of that was just how much he worked on it.
Oh my god, yeah,
100%. Well, he also had cancer, and I don't think his health was any good on top of that because of being a mangaka. So God bless him. Of course, shout out to Toriyama.
Like, we should give a moment of silence because he was the inspiration of Endo. If it wasn't for Toriyama's work, we wouldn't be here.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
That tweet, man.
He yes, very sad. I will say, he lived a very fulfilling life, and I definitely will be missed. What was I going to say? Crap. Oh, right. So the whole shipping thing, I don't care. I don't care about who you ship or what, as long as you're not sexualizing kids. That's all I'm going to say on that matter.
As long as you're not being a creep.
As
long as you're not being a creep.
Don't want to hear any more about it.
Or stepping on others' foot, like ship whatever the fuck you want.
Right. And that also, I mean, if you want to make Damien and Anya adults and, draw them however dancing, I don't care. That's just, you know what I mean, right? Just be respectful. Don't be crazy, even though that's such a hard request to make out of the internet. Like, I know that's not gonna happen.
It's like you're.
I know. I should just
especially on Twitter.
Well, I don't give a shit about Twitter. I'm talking about all the people.
Oh my god! Twitter
dozen people listening to this right now. Just be cool. Don't be stupid. That's all I'm asking. But anyway, I don't want to touch on that. I don't want to give it any more attention than it needs. My thing that I wanted to talk about was, I think it was. I mean, we were all kind of talking about it this morning, but like
shit hitting the fan.
There's a lot of good things happening right now, with the backdrop of a bunch of bad stuff happening. So, like, when is the bad stuff gonna happen at the forefront?
I mean, we have been asking this question for a while now.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, all year.
In terms of the Anya stuff specifically.
Oh yeah,
because
ever since that illustration dropped, we've just been waiting in fear.
The illustration, the bonus
just
chapter.
Like there's like a big special illustration that drops, and then like something related to it happens because with the cruise arc with Lord, and then there was the Molark illustration thing, and then I don't know. I'm just like very suspicious.
And then especially because we literally just had Anya admit that she can read minds. Like, even though Damien didn't believe her, it's out there. Like, it's literally out there. I don't
get how he wouldn't believe her, because he's literally
of course he wouldn't, but I mean,
he might have thought at the time that she was like poking fun at him, because he always does make that connection. So he's like, okay, all right, look, I get it. I make that joke a lot. Like, shut up. Like, you know what I mean?
but I feel like he might start to piece things together.
No, yeah, I mean, the question is when this is gonna be. When this is gonna, burst out, because
I think it's gonna be soon.
I mean, I gave already what I suspect that is gonna happen. Like, either it's gonna leak to someone who actually finds this interesting, or like, okay, fuck it, Melinda, or.
Okay. I was just going to bring up Melinda, because I literally have it pulled up here. I think she has been suspect number one for a while now in my book.
Period.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah, she's a weirdo.
I have chapter 88 pulled up, and this is right before when Damien delivers the tea cakes to Anya. Okay. And this is what originally made me suspicious. And now, after everything that's happened here, I'm even more suspicious. Because, Damien's calling Jeeves, asking about, okay, like, did you get the tea cakes? And he's like, guess what? I didn't get the tea cakes. Your mother did. And he's like, how did mom even know about that? He's like, did you tell her? He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, but she really wanted you to be friends with Anya, and she's, what do you say? Yeah, your mother seemed quite pleased about it. Like, what the fuck?
Why though?
I don't think Anya. I don't think you're knew and told Melinda. Like, I'm not gonna go back and reread it, but I'm like 99% sure Yor didn't tell him, tell her anything about the tea cakes or anything like that.
I don't think so either.
No.
So how the fuck would she know?
Melinda knows everything.
Apparently, like, I'm sure she's got people, like, and that's the thing. Or at the very least, she's like, I don't know, maybe she's listening in on the phones, because Damien told Jeeves. So Jeeves knows about it, but then how did she get that information secondhand? And also, why go through the entire trouble of getting Anya and Damien together when Melinda already has Yor? Like, it's not like she's not trying to push them together to be friends with Yor. She already has Yor under her wing, so now she wants Anya under her wing. For what purpose? And now the fact that she just admitted that she can read minds, like, Damien doesn't believe her, but who else is listening in on that? That's my biggest concern right now.
That's gonna be
going insane in my enclosure, shaking my cage. I'm shaking it. But yeah, literally, Yor just said she came to buy cakes, and then Melinda just gave them to her. She did not mention her daughter.
What chapter was that?
It's the chapter
65,
met, right?
65. Let me check.
Chapter 65.
Because I do not remember these at the top of my head. 65.
It's just that
I don't know, but honestly, you know, in that time where Lloyd was like, "I'm gonna protect Yor from Melinda," he needs to include Anya in that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the craziest part is he doesn't even know.
He probably hasn't made the connection yet that Melinda is a fucking threat, but
I feel like as we continue down this path of Melinda showing up randomly and scaring the bejesus out of all of us, I feel like the idea of Melinda being the real villain and her being up against Lloyd is so much more intriguing than whatever the heck Donovan is supposed to be.
We haven't even seen him.
I mean, we don't have any clue about Donovan. He just enters the scene.
He's irrelevant.
And fucks off.
He's completely irrelevant right now.
No, so yeah, we have more to go with Melinda and more to suspect about Melinda. Like, Donovan is just there, so
he's just
we have no reason as readers to consider
he's
him.
A husk.
Saying he had a lobotomy.
I'm looking at chapter 65, and this is the part that's even weirder to me now, where Yor's like, you know, she saves Melinda, and then she's like, can you join me for dinner, blah blah blah, and she's like, no, I really have to buy tea cakes. And then she's like, oh, here, just take as many as you want. And all of the things that she's carrying are tea cakes. Like, all of the boxes, literally every single one of the box is tea cakes.
It's tea cakes.
And I'm like, yeah, why?
She just gives them all to her. Yeah, for what reason?
Was she going to a tea party after the volleyball game?
Yeah,
maybe, yeah. Maybe. But still, it's like,
guys, I love the tinfoil hat, but I just wanted to mention that.
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah. It's just like, I mean, okay, I'll grant it to her. Maybe she knows a lot about tea cakes, but the thing is, why would she know that Anya, like, Damien promised Anya tea cakes? Like,
I mean, yeah, that's the sus thing.
Yeah, that's the suspicious part. So,
So we're not full crazy pies.
The symbols
on
her also peeve me out. Occultism, all this stuff.
I mean, she is
just
crazy.
Like,
Yeah. Okay, since we're bringing up the occultism.
It's literally been, like, brought up, like, with Arnold Crow.
That's what I'm saying. They have the same triangle head.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like I'm like, what is going on? What is Endo cooking? What the fuck is gonna happen to Anya, man? I'm so concerned.
And you know what? I'm scared that some of it's a red herring. And, like, I know it is because Endo pulled that shit so many times. But, like, there's so much that he could pull from. And I know he's literally just throwing 1,000 fishing lines. And he's gonna pull out one of them. And we're going to be right somehow and going to be wrong, like, the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to get one thing right, and it was just going to be like, oh, I planned this all along. I'm like, no, you didn't, motherfucker. You just randomly picked something and then went with it.
No, yeah, it's the Neil Gaiman approach.
He
pisses me off so much. Together and then pretend that you knew all along what you were doing.
Wonderful author. Love him.
No, but yeah, the fact that he admitted that so brazenly speaks volumes about the horrors of being a writer.
yeah. No, I feel that. Trust me, I do.
No,
on a spiritual level.
So do I. Like, oh my god, so much shit I have to pull out of. So, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've brought up my crazy right now. Do y'all have any thoughts about what happens afterwards? Because I think now that the gala is over, the classes are going to split up after this, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Most likely, yes.
I wonder if the fact that Anya got that second place, if she's going to stay with Damien, because they both technically have 3 Stella stars, and I don't know if they would try to like funnel them in together because they're more likely to be Imperial Scholars. I don't know.
I think it's just based on like
be...
subjects. Like in each subject, depending on how you scored, they'll put you in different classes depending on how you scored on the tests.
Yeah,
on the
so
exams.
we're gonna see Triangle Head a little more.
Yes,
So.
yes, we are. I'm
Interesting.
100% or 99.99% sure that we'll see Arnold again, and
Really?
she'll be in the same class as him since they're both top.
Yeah,
scorers.
I mean, you can like even outside the potential conspiracy theories and the fact that he's based on the fucking occultist, you can just make jokes with that Triangle Head. So Endo's not gonna pass an opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if anything, the question is what's gonna happen with Becky.
Yeah, what
Becky's
classes
pretty
are
solid.
Anya and Becky gonna be in? I wonder if they'll be separated or if they'll be in some like a class or two together. This is where I'm hoping that Anya gets a new friend.
Right.
The Anya knew that's not Arnold Crowley.
Oh yeah,
Crowley,
Endo's talked
I
about
mean,
it
Occult is
before, where he had a
bullshit.
design for another girl in like one of the past volumes.
Yeah.
So I'm like pretty certain that she's probably gonna get another friend, which crossing my fingers for because she needs more friends.
She needs more friends, but
I think she might.
Is it gonna be the glasses girl?
I don't know. Which girl is that? Out of the thousands of girls we just saw.
No, one of the.
It's like a discarded character.
Oh,
design.
right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if was it at the end of Becky's volume or was it another one?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't know at the top of my head, but
I feel like
Anya getting more friends would be nice.
Right.
But I think also, yeah, just like seeing how she's gonna navigate school without Becky by her side completely.
Yeah. I think it'll be easier than her first day at Eden because now that her name is known and she has admirers now, so I'm sure it's going to be somewhat easier at least. I mean, it's still kind of like a bit of a pariah issue where it's like, oh, she's got 3 Stella stars and like she's like so smart and she like saves people. So I'm sure like 50% of the people are going to like hate her just for that, and the other 50% are gonna be like, "Wow, she's so cool! Like, we should be friends." Like,
yeah,
you know what I
mean? It reminds me of school life, but so much
too real.
Yeah, too real.
Make it stop.
No, but yeah. There's so many interesting possibilities, both in Eden and outside of Eden, and just about Damien's trust or Damien's perceived trust. Because, okay, we are already going crazy with Melinda being a potential danger.
She's
and everything that means. But here's the thing. Okay, so let's assume, because we're just going with assumptions at this moment. Right. Let's just assume that it gets to Melinda because Damien makes a stupid comment or something that she catches on it. He acts on it. How is Anya gonna react? Because I feel that this is setting up a potential active or just perceived violation of trust from Damien. Like, I trusted you with this secret and you did this, and it's gonna lead to something. Or even more, like they like Anya trusted with Damien with this. Damien at the moment thinks he's just fucking with him, but at some point catches on that, wow, oh no, you can actually read minds for real and you opened up to me. And that somehow puts him in a position where he catches on that Lloyd does not know of the secret.
My fascination would be more along the lines of if this happens, Anya, Damien somehow lets it slip. Somebody finds out, and Anya realizes that he found that it because Damien slipped. And this is gonna sound terrible. I want Anya to have a breakdown moment, like in chapter 5, because Anya's always been this like super positive force in the manga, and it always hits hard whenever she has those moments where, like when she started crying about her mother. And we don't see that from Anya. She's always very outgoing, and like even the parts where things aren't going her way, or like she's like feeling sad, it's not real sadness, like it's not despair. I want that moment, because I don't think we're gonna get insight into Anya's past until we have that moment, and I think that would be the breaking point. Where we see that.
That will be the catalyst, no, to get to know.
Yeah, I just want her to just shut down. We had talked about this last episode. It's like, I think there's gonna come a point in the near future where she just shuts down, or she gets just furious or mad or something, and that kind of spirals into the rest of the story of like, okay, now that this happened, we'll either get a flashback as to why she's feeling this way about this certain thing, or maybe some insight into how she got into this predicament, or how Melinda figures into this. I personally have no idea how or when it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen soon, because Endo is setting up all these breadcrumbs, and they've been fairly consistent. Like, usually when he sets a breadcrumb, we don't see another one for like 30 chapters, but this was like pretty consistently every other chapter.
He has been hammering
so many
in
questions, man.
Like, he has been actually kind of building up for once. Like, it's not just us being crazy. Like, we are crazy, but
we are.
But yeah, but he has actually like setting up things. Like, we actually have seen an escalation going on for a few chapters and extra chapters, and because extra chapter is gonna be something silly. Nope, it's gonna be Anya reflecting on
sad shit.
It has been the tone, like, even when we had all these like comedic shenanigans this chapter with the with that obstacle rally, like things have been going in a way that it looks like a setup for once. No, it's not just, maybe this is a setup. No. This is build up for something, and maybe that's gonna be chapter 100.
Maybe.
Because maybe
I hope.
Maybe.
Man, I'm hoping something happens
soon. Yeah.
No.
I just don't know what to expect. I don't want to have funny because hopes up or anything.
Because maybe that explains why with mission, like, was it 62 or 63, that Endo was like 63.1, 63.2, 63.99, just to avoid getting to the next mission. Maybe we're gonna see that again.
I don't know. You're giving Endo a lot of credit there. I don't know.
No,
I didn't even think about that.
No, I just say it because okay, like, at times I skim over other manga in Manga Plus that I don't even read.
Mm-hmm.
So occasionally, even manga that's like, well, this is shit, I occasionally just to pass time, when I'm waiting for. And one of those that I have been skimming over and mostly reading the comments is that, I think it's called Hokkaido Girls Are Cute or some shit like that. It's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't really care about the manga, but I remember seeing in the numbers and especially in the comments, that people were like, "Oh, so you're setting up the date for the 100 chapter, and that's why we're getting like the same thing, chapter 99.1, chapter 99.2." So maybe
I think, but also to that point, I know some mangakas, they'll break up chapters. Like, one series that I read, the author breaks up the chapters like 47.1, 47.2, 47.3
Ugh.
because he just wants to publish the pages, and then when the volume is actually published, it'll all be one chapter.
Interesting.
Oh yeah,
I could kind of see that too because I'm looking at it right now on Viz, and well, I don't know. It could go either way with Endo on this one. Because how many chapters are usually in a volume? Like what, like 7,
Like
5?
Genuinely
Depends on depends on the chapters because depends on the chapter length, I guess. Because if the chapters are just like 10 pages long, you can have more chapters. If the chapters are like 20 to 40 pages long, you're gonna have less.
Okay, because you know what? Now that I'm looking, I'm doing the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the one with Lloyd, the backstory. So that's 62.1 through 4, and then 63, 64, 64.1, 65, 66. When you put that all together, it equals 5 chapters. Surprisingly. So
yeah, I mean, volume 11 has 8 chapters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It has 9 chapters. I lied.
Yeah, still a lot. Ugh. But aside from that, I mean, goddamn, we talked a full hour about this chapter, guys. It was well deserved, though. This is probably the best chapter we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was good. It was funny. It was revealing, like in the sense that
lot of character
it felt
growth.
nice. It felt satisfying after so many
this
chapters
was like
being just
a
bullshit.
very good chapter.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This is like the why we read Spy Family kind of chapter.
Yeah.
When it delivers, it delivers. We just have to put up with some not always hard-hitting comedy in the process.
Yeah, and you know what? And we've talked about it before. It's because we wait for these updates. But you know, if we were to binge all of this, it would be fine. You know.
No, but
it's just.
I mean, also, but yeah, people complain so much about waiting, and I'm like, noobs.
We signed up for it. That's
no.
That's
I mean, like when you know the pain of waiting 15 fucking months for a new chapter, then this is nothing.
Yeah, I mean, my advice to those people is just go read other manga while you're reading this one. And
that's what I do. Read or like watch anime or something.
Right.
Just like do anything else.
Touch grass.
Yeah.
I mean,
people don't have patience. It just seems like people don't have patience anymore.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like the problem with like instant gratification.
Yeah, fucking
create more
COVID,
art,
TikTok in your YouTubes. Just kidding.
It's kind of hard because sometimes I wait until like a series is fully done before I like dive into it for like manhwas and stuff. But like Spy X Family and like few others are like an exception for me.
Right.
Depends on how into it I get.
I mean, I'm too busy doing actual art to be, to lose my mind for when it's gonna come the next chapter. Like no, during that time I am also doing my thing. So.
Period.
Exactly.
Get them, Roski.
So
get them.
My advice is don't get too involved, guys. Just enjoy the chapters, enjoy the manga, read it when you want to read it. And yes, enjoy the ride. And it's gonna be a long ride, guys. So strap in.
No, yeah, it's like people,
as long as it's not as long as
doing this for you.
If it is, I'm fucking quitting.
The last...
See if you could be the host.
I don't know.
Oh, Pines, you could be the host.
Hell no.
I don't think Endo would want to be in a super long haul like that, though.
No, Endo has said that this is going to be a very long series.
I anticipate it's going to be like another 5 years.
But I don't. I wouldn't think it would last for like 20 years.
No. It's not Detective Conan. This is actually progressing.
I'm sure people said that about Detective Conan when it was just Detective Conan, but like where we are now, Roski, like come on. I don't want to put that in the universe. This is actually
progressing something. We are not pretending like, like 27 fucking years of manga publication just equals 6 months in universe. We are not that level of bad, okay?
I mean, 11 volumes is 3 months.
But still, 27 years of publication.
Hey, at least it's not Pokemon where Ash is still 10 years old. right, let's just be
Oh,
thankful for that. Okay.
It's not
no,
like Fairly
like-
Odd Parents where he wished he was the same age for like 50 years.
what the fuck?
Did you not know about that?
I'm dead inside.
I barely remember anything from that show, but that was one thing that
No, Fairy Odd Parents,
what?
like, don't bother that shit. That shit is not even a zombie. A necromancer would look at it and go like, dude, throw that thing away. Like,
all right, we're talking about Fairly Odd Parents and necromancers. I think it's time for us to sign off for today, guys.
yeah.
All right, well, that was the chapter, guys. Super excited that we were able to talk about it here. Unfortunately, Blue could not talk about it with us. She's on her way from Vegas, but she's been listening in the whole time. So thank you, Blue, for being our audience for today. She's been talking smack the entire time. Love the
Here in spirit.
Love you here in spirit.
She didn't lose $50 million like Bruno Mars.
Nope.
Oh
R.I.P.
God.
Bruno Mars, but he got money to burn anyway. He's Bruno Mars. Anyway, we'll go ahead and call it for today, guys. We got 2 more weeks until the next chapter, so we'll be here again.
2 weeks.
2 more weeks.
Every week, every time.
What's
I'm
2
like,
weeks?
God, 2 more weeks.
That's 2 weeks, exactly. But in the meantime, gonna go ahead and call it here, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right.